welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome, everybody. If you are here, this live is going to be everything that you need to hear. These past couple of days have probably been very hard for you. You probably have been dealing with a lot of shit, losing friends, losing people. I understand, losing relationships. I get it. But this live is going to explain to you exactly what you need to hear. The word of the day is betrayal. A lot of y'all have been dealing with a lot of betrayal. Betrayal from yourself, betrayal from your friends, betrayal from people that you thought were loyal. People that you thought were loyal, people who you were giving your heart to, people who you were giving your help to, people who you were giving to, who couldn't give back. Trust me, I understand. And I've been paying attention to the energy the past couple of days. You can call me almost like an energy forecaster because I give readings, I listen to people, I pay attention, I meditate, and I'm going to tell you what I've been picking up, and you can let me know if it resonates because that's what this is here for, all right? What I want you to understand is that the theme of this live in my new book is called The Crown. So my hard times, my adversity literally inspired me to create this book called The Crown. And before we even get into that, I'm going to give you so much free information today. You're going to want to get a notebook. You're going to want to get a notebook. You're going to want to go get a notebook. You're going to go want to get a piece of paper. Trust me, because what I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you psychological tips, actual psychology tips when it comes to this. Who is this live for? This live is for the person who's finally ready to accept their crown and their throne. This live is for the person who is fed up of being too nice. This live is for the person who is fed up of being walked over. This live is for the person who's fed up of being too kind and people thinking that is weakness. This live is for the person. I'm gonna read one part from my book and you tell me if it resonates. Are y'all ready? And this is how deep it goes. You ready? Trust dies the first time someone you believed in completely uses your faith as a weapon against you. And here's the thing. When you hear something that resonates, I want you to put a crown emoji. You hear me? When I read something that resonates, I want you to put a crown emoji. All right? So here we go. Trust dies the first time someone you believed in completely uses your faith as a weapon against you. It dies suddenly, violently, completely. One moment you live in a world where people mean what they say, where loyalty flows both directions, where vulnerability is met with protection rather than exploitation. The next moment you understand that trust was never wisdom, but weakness masquerading as virtue. Never strength, but naivety that disguised as sophistication. The moment of awakening is always brutal. Perhaps it comes when you discover that your closest confidant has been selling your secrets to your competitors for months. Perhaps it arrives when you learn that your most trusted lieutenant has been building their own power base, using resources you provided, planning to overthrow you with weapons you helped them forge. Perhaps it strikes when you realize that your most loyal supporter was actually your most patient enemy, playing a game so long that you forgot it was a game at all. The betrayal is never the worst part. The worst part is understanding how completely you participated in your own destruction. You gave them the keys. You showed them the weakness. You explained your strategies, shared your fears, revealed your plans. You did not simply trust them. You collaborated in your own demise and your vulnerability, systematically removing every defense that might have protected you from their inevitable assault. Guys, that's just one little paragraph from a book of 100 pages. Do you understand? I want you to understand that the reason why you are receiving this video and this message right now is because Spirit is urging you to protect yourself. You have this blessing, this thing that you're waiting for, but you can't get it until you learn how to protect yourself. Boundaries, protection, like this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. You're not waiting for your blessings. Your blessings is waiting for you to become the version of you that knows how to protect that blessing. When you receive, you just give it away. You just open your mouth. You tell everybody what's going on with you. Stop telling people what's going on. You mad because your ideas were stolen. Whose fault is that? How can someone steal something that you never showed them or gave them access to steal? You got to learn who to trust. You got to learn when you shouldn't trust. You have to learn human nature. Do you understand me? I love you, and I want you to be able to protect yourself. I don't want this world to destroy you. I work with these businesses. I get certain people's birthdays, and I'm like, this person's birthday seems like they're a little influential. And do you know what they say? You know what she say? Yeah, she's weak. And I'm just like, damn, to know that somebody thinks this way about this other person. You have been giving your power away, and some people think you're weak. Some people think you're weak. You see, let me tell you what stopped me from protecting myself. I thought I didn't give a fuck about what nobody think. I thought I did. I actually gave a lot of fucks about what people think. Because my thing is, I was scared that people would think I was mean. I was scared that people would think that I'm intimidating, that I'm rude, that I'm cold. But the truth is, those very things that you're afraid that people are going to judge are probably the very things that you need to have in place to protect you. Of course, people who want to use you will have a problem with aspects of you that are protecting you and stopping them from abusing that. Of course, people are going to say you're selfish when you say no. Duh. It's a trap. That's how they trick you. If they know you're afraid of being called selfish, all they got to do is call you selfish in order to get what they want from you. If you're naturally cold and have your walls up, they're going to say, why are you cold? Just because they know that that bothers you and want you to put your walls down. Stop telling people your fears. Stop telling people what hurts you. Stop giving people the fuel. Some of y'all are dating your worst enemy. You don't even know it because you don't know how to read the signs. Anyways, let's get into it. Are you guys ready? Also, what I want to let you guys know is if you already are ready to get my book, the link is in my bio and you can purchase my book. The book is called The Crown. This is my first time writing a book in years. And trust me, those other books that I wrote were 20, 30 pages. This book is over 100 pages of straight game. Let's get into it. All right. I'm about to start dropping some gems. Make sure you guys have your papers. Make sure you guys have something to write down this shit. Okay. So the book is called The Crown. Why is the book called The Crown? The book is called The Crown because I want you to understand having the crown is not easy. You have to understand the crown is very heavy. It's made of gold. Not a lot of people have the neck. Not a lot of people have the head. Not a lot of people have the mind to carry such strength on their head. So what I want you to understand is that you were meant to hold the crown, but you got to go through boot camp first. This is like Princess Diaries. You gotta become something new. It's time for you to be reborn. Everybody comment the word. Everybody comment the word reborn. That's all I want. Everybody comment the word reborn. Comment the word reborn. Because that's what this live is going to do to you. It's going to cause you to be reborn. And a lot of y'all are shedding a lot of skin. Tell me, how much is this live resonating? Is this live resonating kinda? Is this live like, how the fuck did you know? Let me know, how much is this live resonating with you? How much is this live resonating with you? And my question is, are y'all ready for me to dive in? My question is, are y'all ready for me to dive in? My skin is actually shedding on my palms. Ooh, I'm on point. Ooh, I knew it because I've been studying. All right, let's get into it. Like I said, make sure you guys get the book. The link is in the bio. It's manhurts.com and it's called The Crown. All right. For my people on YouTube, I'll put the link in the bio for y'all. All right. All right. The link is in the bio to get the book. All right. Let's get into it. I'm excited. All right, let's go. The Crown, a psychological blueprint for relentless ambition. The raw psychology of power, trust, and transformation from victim to victor. All right. Hold on. Here we go. Just so y'all, want y'all to see, like, baby, I'm not playing no games with y'all. I'm not playing no games with y'all. You see this? And here's the book, by the way, just so y'all can see. I'm going to show y'all a little piece of it. Just so y'all can see, this is the book, by the way. This is the book, all right? I'm going to read this part right here. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. I'm excited. Sorry. All right. You know the feeling that what about shipping? It's an ebook. It's an online book. All right? So, you know the feeling, that burning sensation in your chest when someone weaker than you gets promoted while you watch from the sidelines. The rage that builds when you see mediocrity rewarded while excellence goes unnoticed. The suffocating frustration of knowing you could run things better than the incompetence currently in charge, yet somehow you remain powerless to change your circumstances. You ever looked at people, it was like, they're not even as talented as me. How are they getting this? They're not even as good as me. They're not even as strong as me. How are they getting this? I'm going to tell you why. You've been playing by rules written by people who never intended for you to win. You see me? I'm the person that's actually going to tell you the truth about life. And I've been learning straightforward. That whole spiritual loving light shit, our ancestors were savages. They were savages. They weren't baking muffins. They were hunting. In this city life, this technology, it has made you soft. You've lost contact with your instincts. You've lost contact with that hunger. Nowadays, people, all they want to do is eat chips and sit in front of and watch TV all day. Where's your natural ability to hunt? Where's your natural ability to win? You get what I'm saying? So let's get into it. You've been trusting people who saw your loyalty as weakness to exploit rather than strength to respect. And what you got to realize is that not everybody knows consciously that they're doing that. Some people are unconscious takers. Some people are unconscious narcissists. Some people are unconsciously filled with trauma. Think about it. How much shit have you had dealt with you that you didn't really realize? So there are people who are unconsciously doing this shit. So you got to stop saying that don't seem like them. I don't know if they really trying to. They're not trying to. They're just doing it. They don't even know that they're doing it. You get what I'm saying? So you've been trusting people who saw your loyalty as weakness to exploit rather than strength to respect. You've been waiting for recognition, for fairness, for your turn in a game where turns are never given, only taken by those who are ruthless enough to seize them. Opportunities don't come. You create them. Opportunities don't come. You create them. And this connects with quantum mechanics. This connects with quantum physics. This connects with with the shit that Joe Dispenza talks about. They don't come. You create them. You make them. You take them. Do you get me? All right. This ends now. This report that I've written is not for the people who are comfortable. This is for the people who are so sick and tired of where they are. Lately, I've been so hungry. I feel like I could go hunt an animal with my bare teeth. That's how hungry I've been to win and to succeed. Do you get what I'm saying? This report isn't for those who are satisfied with scraps from tables they'll never be invited to sit at. This is for the relentlessly ambitious, the dangerously underestimated, the ones who feel destiny calling but have been too civilized, too trusting, too nice to answer with the brutality that destiny demands. Your destiny demands everything of you. And I'm giving this live everything because I know how real this feels for me. I want it bad and nobody will get in the way. And I know you feel the same way, and that's why I'm giving you this live right now. That's why I'm giving you this information. I've been crying at how hungry I am. I've been losing sleep. Guess what? Losing sleep is only the first part. When you want it so bad, you can't even sleep. You can't. Drop some emojis, drop some fire. I need to know that you with me. I need to know that this resonates. Because I don't want to waste my time with those who kind of want it. Do you get me? I want to make sure that every word that I say, you're on every single word. Because this is wisdom that I'm giving you. I'm 25 years old, understanding the nuances. I have a mentor right now who's running like 3 different businesses that are making 6 figures a month right now. And she's teaching me betrayal. People aren't loyal. People won't, you can't trust people. You can't give people your game. People, you out here helping people and they taking all your wisdom, all your game, and they finna go somewhere else with it and build somebody else's foundation with your game. With your game. With your information. That's what they doing. So it's time to be cutthroat. And the thing about it is, the reason why I'm giving you this live is because I went to my spiritual elder and I always thought to be cutthroat was mean. I always thought to be cutthroat was evil. I always thought to be cutthroat was wrong. You get what I'm saying? And then I realized, no, they told you that because they never wanted you to protect yourself. They wanted you to be easy to take. Remember, school isn't teaching you how to be a boss. Remember that. School doesn't teach you that. The streets do. Life do. Experience do. So what I'm telling you right now, you're not going to learn from school. You're going to learn it from experiences. This is the nuances of life. So I tried to take things that are not typically books and lessons and classes, and I'm trying to make it a class so you can understand. Okay? So I'm literally taking my pain and turning it into wisdom because this has been my story. I've been too nice. And to be nice is to be naive. And we don't want to be naive. Okay? So let's continue. You're here because something inside of you refuses to accept mediocrity as your ceiling. You sense there's a throne with your name on it, but every time you've reached for power, someone has betrayed you. Every time you've reached for your power, someone has betrayed you, used your trust against you, or convinced you that wanting more makes you selfish, or simply enough, you stopped yourself. See, our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our biggest fear is that we are powerful beyond measures. And my friend, you are scared of your power. You are scared of your power. Okay? So, let's continue. They lied. They lied. Your ambition isn't selfishness. You know what I'm saying? It's evolution. Your hunger for power isn't greed. It's recognition of your true capacity. Your frustration with weakness isn't cruelty. It's the natural response of someone built for greatness who's been forced to live small. You see, let me give you an example. Everybody who was Michael Jordan's teammate hated him when they were teammates with him. But I guarantee you, everybody still telling stories about when they were teammates with Michael Jordan. Because winning, you have to realize, to be a leader, to be a winner, you can't say you want to be loved and liked at the same time. Because to be a winner and a leader requires you to make decisions that are going to cause you to not be liked, but it's necessary. You're going to have to make decisions that you don't want to make because this is real life, baby. This is real life. This is real life. And I'm teaching you, you don't have to succumb to life. You can make it bend. But if you don't think you can make it bend, it won't bend. You can't accept it for what it is. You have to say, I will not accept this. I'm broke right now. I will not accept this. I'm lonely right now. I'm not success. I will not accept this. You have to tell yourself and let your mind know, I decree this. There's no fucking way I'm accepting a life like this. I will make sure that I will use every single breath I have to make it happen. And when you think like that, it has no choice but to come. Because guess what? If there is something constantly hitting at it, it's going to eventually say, you know what, whatever. If someone is consistently hitting at you, you're going to give in eventually. You're going to do that with life. Okay? And I'm giving you permission right now to be that beast. I'm giving you permission to be that savage. But you got to take it and you got to make something with it. All right? So here we go. Part 1, the psychology of the chosen. And like I said, click the link in my bio. If you're on TikTok, click the link in my bio and go buy that ebook. It's only $28 and I promise you this shit gonna change your life. This information that I've already given you has changed your life. It did something. It's already having your brain wired. You feel me? So, the psychology of the chosen. why weakness chose you and why you're ready to abandon it. You didn't become weak by accident. Weakness was taught to you systematically by people who needed you small to feel large themselves. You got to realize some people will purposely try to make you feel small because if they can step over you, they're going to feel validated. Period. Okay? So, every time you were told to be humble, to wait your turn, to play nice, you were being programmed to accept less than you deserve. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Every time you were told to be humble, to wait your turn, to play nice, you were being programmed to accept less than you deserve. Right? This is why people who, hold on, we gotta remove some negativity out of here, cause we gotta remove some negativity out of here. Let's block, mute. All right, cool, cause I want everybody to stay focused. Yeah, that's how I know I'm doing some shit. Anyways, so every time you were told to be humble, every time you were told to play nice, every time you were told to wait your turn, you were being programmed to be soft. You were being programmed to be soft. That's just the truth of it, because guess what? If you are a winner in life, you have to think about winning at the highest level. I'm not talking about somebody who's just trying to be comfortable in life. I'm not talking about somebody who's just like, I just want to have a farm. I don't care for no ambition. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're somebody that's like, I want to be the best at what I do. I want to be remembered. I want to have a legacy. This is for the ambitious. You get what I'm saying? And what I want you to do is, next time somebody tells you to be humble, I want you to tell them, do you know the definition of humble? And then go look it up, because to be humble means to be submissive. And if you are submissive, that means you are number 2. You are not number 1. I'm going to say that again. To be submissive means you are number 2. You are not number 1. My question is, do you really want to not live a life where you're not number 1? Do you really want to live a life like that where you're not number 1? Let me know. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. The conditioning protocol. From childhood, society conditions potential leaders to suppress their natural dominance instincts. As a kid, you're taught, no, be good. Don't do that. Put it down. Sit here. Don't jump. Don't this. Don't that. As a kid, you were taught, be quiet, you're too loud. These are the things that you were taught. When you were a kid, you were born a savage. You were born knowing what you want. I want this. When you were a baby, when you were hungry, you cried. And guess what? You cried until you got it. And when you got it, you stopped crying. Mission complete. When you were a baby, the parents wasn't running the show. You were running the show. If I cry, you wake up, you come get me, right? Think about it. Think about it. You had grown adults bending to your will. I said I'm hungry. I don't like it. Savage. Savage. What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring that savage back, but we're going to refine it. And we want to make sure that you use it in the right way. Okay, so from childhood, society conditions potential leaders to suppress their natural dominance instincts. Parents reward compliance over leadership. Schools punish students who challenge authority. Workplaces promote those who follow rather than those who lead. This isn't conspiracy, it's crowd control. You get me? The system produces followers because followers are predictable, manageable, safe. Leaders are dangerous. That's why most CEOs don't have a degree, because they were already questioning why. They didn't just accept. You get what I'm saying? Leaders are dangerous. Leaders change things. Leaders refuse to accept that's just how it is as a final answer. Listen, I want y'all to realize my last 2 songs that I dropped have strictly been about this. My last song is literally called Dangerous, right? And you know what I said? When I want something, I get so dangerous. When I want something, I get so dangerous. I promise you that they gon' try to blame me. But when you real, then you ain't got no shame then. And what I'm trying to say is, when you want what you want, I don't give a fuck who's in the way. When you want what you want, it don't... Listen, how many of y'all wanted something and your mom was in the way? Your dad was in the way. And you didn't care. You fell out with mom for a couple of days about it. I'm not going to college, mom. You just gonna have to be mad at me. And that's why in my song, I said, they gonna try to shame you. They gonna try to shame you for bringing out this version of you that they don't feel safe having. And the reason why is because, excuse you, why is you biting my rug? And the reason why I'm saying this is because guess what? When they feel like they can't control you, they don't like you. They don't like that you're like that. Because you're not in my control. Here we go. All right? So, leaders refuse to accept that's just how it is as a final answer. But you were never meant to be managed. The very fact that you're reading these words or listening to these words proves that conditioning failed. The fact that you're in this live shows me that you were never going to accept the life that they wanted you to live. You were never going to. That's why you're here. That's why all the people that's watching this, it says, if you're seeing this, I attracted you. That's because you're different. You were never meant to be maintained. You were never meant to be domesticated. Some of y'all are shaming yourselves for your ambition. Some of y'all are shaming yourself for your hunger. You have to understand that in the animal kingdom, the lions gotta eat. It's either you or me. And what I mean by that is, you either gonna protect yourself and take care of yourself and have boundaries, or you're gonna let them have their way with you. That's what I mean by it's either you or me. Either you're gonna learn how to protect yourself fiercely, or you're just gonna let them have their way with you. All right? Here we go. So, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, or I'm going to make statements, and let me know, does this describe you? Let me know, does this describe you, okay? Do you see solutions to problems that others accept as permanent? Do you feel physically sick watching incompetent people in positions of authority? Have you been called intense or demanding or difficult by people who mistake your standards for personality flaws? Do you attract loyalty from some people and hostility from others with very little middle ground? Have you been betrayed by people you trusted completely, yet you still feel called to lead despite the pain? Congratulations. Congratulations. You know what that means? That means you have it in you. That means there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you for your hunger. Congratulations. You're awakening. You have to realize that most of the world is fucked up. So you have to stop expecting the world to validate you. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Let's get into it. Somebody said LMAO, but I'm tired, boss. That's the thing. When you the one, you're usually always tired. But guess what? Nobody can tell because you still perform like you had a full late night of sleep. See, that's the thing. When you are the leader, when you are the boss, you're probably always tired because you're doing more than everybody else. But when you're the boss, you're expected to. Some people say, that's above my pay grade. Get your behind over here. That's above my pay grade. I don't do that. I don't get paid for that. You get what I'm saying? And guess what? When those people say that, that's why they'll never be great. That's why they'll never be big. Because they don't know how to do more than what they're paid for. You see, when you're a boss, when you're a leader, you do more than what you paid for because eventually you get paid for more than what you do. You know what I'm saying? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So, here we go. Let me put this dog up. Listen, y'all, the link is in the bio to get the book. Go, Cleo. Cleo, go. Get out. Get out. Because you distracted me. The link is in my bio to get the book. All right, here we go. Let's get started, okay? So, the crown calls only the reluctant. So, I want you to understand that if you are in this live, it's because the crown has been calling you. If you are in this live, it's because your crown has been calling you. And what I want you to understand is that if your crown has been calling you, you don't have a choice. You have to accept it, because guess what? If not you, then who, baby? Think about that. In your family, if not you, then who? Your brother? Your sister? Your mama? Your daddy? Your cousin? If not you, then who, baby? For real, you got to start thinking. Listen, life really hit me when I realized, baby, I'm the only one that's going to help this family take it to the next level. When you start really thinking like that, you start realizing, holy shit, like I'm coasting. You are. You are. If not you, then who? You get what I'm saying? So, keep running up the likes and let's get into it. All right? Keep running up the likes and let's get into it. The crown calls only the reluctant. Here's the first truth they never tell you about real power. And what I want you to understand is we understand the internet is like the algorithm, right? We understand that TikTok shows you things that you've been interacting with, that connects with you. So understand, do you really think that this live came to you on accident? Do you really think it's a coincidence that some of this shit that I'm talking about is exactly what you've been going through? Like, let's be for real. Why do you keep trying to convince yourself that it's not happening? It is. It's time for you to for real take that responsibility. You get me? Here's the first truth they will never tell you about real power. It finds you when you're not looking for it. More accurately, it finds you when you're actively running from it. Think about every truly great leader in history. Moses fled to the wilderness. Joan of Arc tried to remain a peasant girl. Lincoln wanted to be a lawyer, not a president. Churchill was considered finished before he saved Britain. They all had one thing in common. They understood instinctively that accepting power meant accepting a burden that would transform them beyond recognition. I want you to understand that this path that you're about to take is not going to be easy. It will hurt. It will hurt. And I want to give you something too. I want you to understand that this path, the reason why it hurts so much is because you have to learn how to control your emotions. You have to learn how to control your emotions if you really want to lead. All this, but why they left me? But why they? You have to literally get to the point where you're stoic and you're like, it's a part of the game. That don't mean you don't feel. Because leaders feel the most. Leaders feel the most. And emotions is energy in motion. But if you allow your emotions to destroy you, you're wasting energy. I'm going to give you something Miley Cyrus said. And you have to understand, Miley Cyrus was famous as a kid. And you have to realize, what does it mean when you're the most famous person in your family, you're making all the money? That means that you're the leader of the family, truly. That means you're the one that's keeping this family going. This is what Miley Cyrus said. Miley Cyrus was on a podcast with Joe Rogan. And Miley Cyrus said that when she used to lose friends or lose people, she used to literally cry, balled up every time. And she said as she got better and got older, now it just rolls off of her. She's not attached to people. And what you learn in this life as you continue to become successful, people are going to come and go. People are going to come and try and go and leave and take it because people are people. And you have to understand human nature. You have to stop projecting your values, your loyalty onto other people. And you need to start participating and you need to start paying attention to what people show you instead of what you want to see. Stop projecting onto people. Stop telling people what you're looking for because people will literally play that part. Watch people. Ask questions. Listen. Learn how to protect yourself. Become wise. Because guess what? This is your life that you're talking about. This is your time. You don't want to sit here and be friends with somebody for 5 years and they've been actively stealing from you. How many times have you heard these rich people say, oh, this person was stealing money from my business this whole time? How many times have you heard that? You know why? Because they trusted the wrong people. And we're not talking about a little bit of money. These people be stealing 10 million, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, life-changing money. You get me? So here we go. This is where we're gonna start. The first thing, before we even get into this, we're gonna talk about trust. All right. And like I said, if you are enjoying what I'm talking about, everything that I'm teaching you right now is literally just a synopsis of what's in my book that I just dropped. My book is called The Crown. And the book is in my TikTok bio, manhurst.com, and you can go ahead and get that ebook right now. All right. So literally, if you download it, if you buy it right now, you'll literally be reading it right now. Somebody said, what you mean we ain't started yet? I told you, baby, I got gems. We getting into this shit. Let's go. All right. So here we go. Listen, y'all, I want to show y'all. Some of y'all may be looking like, what are you reading? This is what I'm reading. All right. I have a whole, I had to write this shit down. When I wrote the book, I wrote this down for when I can teach y'all. All right. So, all right. The people, right? Why reluctance is qualification. The people who desperately want power are usually the least suited to handle it. They want the privileges without understanding the price. How many of y'all dealt with people like that who want access to you but don't understand the price? They want the privileges without understanding the price. They see the crown without seeing the crushing weight. They imagine ruling others without first ruling themselves. You want to control other people, but you can't even control yourself. You can't even control your pants. You get what I'm saying? But you feel the weight before you even pick it up. You understand that crown before you even place it on your head. And you wonder, do I really want this? Do I really want this? Somebody asked me, do you really want to be at the top? I said, I have no choice. I can't live a life not being at the top. I said, I would rather deal with the pain of being at the top than deal with the pain of not being at the top. You pick your pain. I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, the top is just going to be roses. No, I know it's going to be pain, but I'd rather deal with that pain than deal with the pain of being a loser and at the bottom. I can't live like that. I can't. All right? So, some people, they want the privileges without understanding the price. They see the crown without seeing the crushing weight. They imagine ruling others without first ruling themselves. But you feel the weight before you even pick it up. You sense the isolation that comes with command. You understand that everything you've built your identity around will have to die for something greater to be born. This terror you feel isn't weakness. It's wisdom. You're not afraid of the power itself. You're afraid of what you'll have to become to wield it properly. Good. Fear keeps you honest. Let me read that one more time. You're not afraid of power itself. You're afraid of what you'll have to become to wield it properly. If that line alone don't make you go buy that fucking book, I don't know what will. If that line alone don't make you go get that book, I don't know what will. The link is in my bio. Somebody said, where's that from? My book. My book. My book. Here we go. So, let's go. We're on part 2 now. The death of trust. The death of trust. Let me go ahead and put the link on here for y'all, because I know y'all probably waiting for the link. For my people on Twitch and YouTube, let me go ahead and put the link. All right. I just posted the link in the live. All right. Listen, y'all, I'm not playing no games. I haven't written a book in years, and I finally written one. Go get the shit. All right. All right. Here we go. Part 2. The death of trust. Your liberation from naive to faith. Wait, not to faith. Your liberation from naive faith. Hold on. What's up with this dog? I gotta make sure my dog okay. Cleo, what you barking at? Oh, you barking at that dog. Cleo barking at the dog, child. All right, here we go. Your liberation from naive faith. The betrayal that awakened you. The betrayal that awakened you. Let's talk about the moment your innocence died. The moment when someone you trusted completely, someone you would have died for, used that trust as a weapon against you. Hold on, man. Hello? Yeah. I'm gonna finish this live and then I'll be on the way. All right. All right, here we go. So let's talk about the moment your innocence died. The moment when someone you trusted completely, someone you would have died for, used that trust as a weapon against you. Gotta make sure I'm focused. Hold on. All right. Use that trust as a focus again. Let me lock in. You see? Distractions. Let me lock in. Okay. The moment when someone you trusted completely, someone you would have died for, used that trust as a weapon against you. Maybe it was your business partner who sold your ideas to competitors while smiling at your face. Maybe it was your closest friend who seduced your romantic partner while playing the supporting, confident. Maybe it was a family member who stole credit for your work or sabotaged your opportunities out of jealousy disguised as concerns. The specifics don't matter. What matters is that you learned the most important lesson of power. Trust is not a virtue, it's a liability. The biology of betrayal. When someone betrays you, your brain doesn't just process it as emotional pain. It registers it as a physical assault. You feel what's the word? Violated. You feel violated. Okay? The same neural pathways that activate when you're stabbed light up when someone you trusted stabs you in the back. But here's what your brain does that most people miss. It starts upgrading your threat detection systems. You become more observant. You notice micro expressions, voice tones, behavioral inconsistencies that you ignored before. You develop what intelligence agencies call operational awareness. The ability to access people's true motivations behind their stated intentions. The betrayal gift. Every betrayal is actually an intelligence upgrade disguised as trauma. The person who betrayed you handed you a master class in human nature, taught you lessons about loyalty and manipulation that nobody could have conveyed, and forced you to develop psychological defenses that will serve you for your life. You get what I'm saying? This is why people who have been betrayed but learn from it become such formidable leaders. They've seen human nature at its worst and lost their naive faith in people's goodness, but gained accurate assessments of people's capabilities. This is not thinking, oh, the world is evil. This is understanding human nature. Okay? Stop thinking life is, oh, people are bad. People, stop thinking that. Just say people are people. Okay? The trust replacement system. Once trust dies, you need to replace it with something more reliable. Verification systems. Instead of trusting people to do what they say, you create conditions where doing what they say serves their interests better than betraying you. That's how you learn how to protect yourself. That's how you learn. When somebody realizes that, damn, if I backstab this person, I'm actually going to fuck myself, they're not going to do it. You're not relying on them to not fuck you because they're a good person. They don't have no choice. And that's how you have to make it. You know, you have to figure out, how do I make this situation like this? All right. So instead of trusting them to be loyal, you make loyalty more profitable than treachery. Instead of trusting them with sensitive information, you compartmentalize information so that no single person can destroy you, even if they try. Let me read that one more time. Instead of trusting them to be loyal, you make loyalty more profitable than treachery. Instead of trusting them with sensitive information, you compartmentalize information so that no single person can destroy you, even if they try. Even if they try. You get me? All right, so here we go. And I got so much, but what I'm going to do is, because I can't stay too long. Unfortunately, I can't stay too long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read some of this book to you. I'm going to read the introduction, all right? This is my book right here. And I'm going to read to you the introduction from it so you can see the type of contents that are in this book, okay? So, introduction. You hold in your hand a weapon disguised as words. This is not a book about motivation. This is not a guide to finding your purpose or unlocking your potential. This is not a gentle hand placed upon your shoulder, whispering sweet lies about how everyone can win if they just believe hard enough. This is a blade forged in the furnace of truth, tempered by the blood of those who dare to reach for what others could dream of. This is the manual they don't want you to possess. The one that reveals what it truly costs to ascend to the throne, and more crucially, what it demands to remain there. The crown is not a prize. It is not a reward for good behavior or participation trophy for showing up. The crown is a burden that will break your spine, a weight that will crush your soul, a responsibility that will devour your humanity, one decision at a time. Yet it is also the only thing worth possessing if you understand what victory truly means. What the fuck? Excuse you? You see this shit? Ruthless. You saw that shit? Look around you. Look around you. Observe the masses who shuffle through days content with mediocrity. They speak of fairness, of balance, of playing by the rules that were written by those who already sit upon thrones. Anyways, so let's I'll read to y'all chapter 1. Chapter 1. Embracing the unwanted crown. The crown finds you when you're not looking for it, strikes you when you're not ready for it, and changes you whether you consent or not. The reluctant heir. You did not ask for this. That is the first truth of power. The crown does not come to those who beg for it. It eludes the shimmer and the ambition. It finds the reluctant, the resistant, the ones who would rather vanish in anonymity than be dragged into light. History confirms this law. Moses fled to the wilderness who's chosen. Yada, yada, yada. There is no crown without the shadow of the cross. To inherit the mantle of leadership is to inherit a burden that those who walk in the safety of the crowd would never understand. Consider Jesus, the reluctant heir to a kingdom not of this world, yet also a leader who bore a burden of doubt, betrayal, and pain that few can fathom. He did not seek out the throne. He walked among fishermen and outcasts, teaching in parables, never once grasping for earthly power. Yet as he moved closer to his destiny, the weight of leadership pressed heavier upon him. The very people who praised him turned to mockery. His closest disciple, those who trusted most, fell asleep in his hour of need, denied him at the crucial moment, and one even sold him for 30 pieces of silver. You did not ask for this. You did not. You did not. To wear the crown is to understand that betrayal is not an anomaly. It is certainty. You will be betrayed. You will be betrayed. Doubt from those you lead is not a possibility. It is a given. People will doubt you. The burden of leadership is a lonely road paved with the misunderstanding of those who cannot see the full vision that you carry. You get what I'm saying? The lesson is brutal but clear. The crown will not arrive with the applause or loyalty. You will not get a charades or a they're not going to clap for you. They're going to say that's what you're supposed to do. Do you know what I'm saying? To lead is to bleed first. To lead is to bleed first. Do you understand that? I really hope you understand that. This is the paradox of power. Those most fit to wear the crown are the very ones who beg to be spared of it. But the crown spares no one. It demands you accept the burden or be broken underneath it. Listen, y'all. This is no joke. This is no fucking joke. What I'm telling you right now. And guess what? Love makes you weak. Love makes you weak sometimes. The biggest mistake aspiring leaders make is trying to be loved while they lead. Love and leadership operate on different frequencies. Love says, I accept you as you are. Leadership says you must become more than you are. When you try to be loved as a leader, you create a contradiction that destroys both the love and the leadership. People stop loving you because you make hard decisions that hurt their immediate interest. They stop respecting you because your need for their love makes you weak when strength is required. Fear is not about intimidation or threats. It's about creating clear, consistent consequences. for poor performances and following through every single time without exception. Your people should fear disappointing you more than they fear working hard. They should fear losing your respect more than they fear your anger. They should fear being mediocre more than they fear being challenged. Period. Here's the conclusion. And if this don't make you go get that book, you're weak. I don't think you're ready. You're not ready for it. Period. So here we go. The weight of the crown. You came here feeling weak, frustrated, betrayed, underestimated. You came in this live feeling that. That's what you came in. You came in this live feeling weak, frustrated, betrayed, or underestimated. You're leaving with something infinitely more dangerous. Clarity. Clarity. Clarity is priceless. You now understand that your dissatisfaction with mediocrity isn't a character flaw. It's evidence of your calling. Your intolerance for weakness isn't cruelty. It's the natural response of someone built for greatness. Your hunger for power isn't greed. It's recognition of your true capacity. The crown was always yours. You just needed to become worthy of wearing it. The crown doesn't make you powerful. It reveals the power you already possessed. The reluctant king is the only king worth following. The wounded leader is the only leader who understands suffering. The betrayed teacher is the only teacher who knows the real cost of trust. Your education isn't weakness. Your education in weakness is complete. Your education in weakness is complete. You're done being weak. You just graduated from being weak. Your apprenticeship in suffering is finished. Your training in betrayal has prepared you for the loneliness of your command. The throne awaits. The crown has been forged. The only question remaining is whether you're ruthless enough to claim what was always meant to be yours. Stop waiting for permission. Stop hoping for recognition. Stop trusting in fairness. Take the crown. Wear with the dignity of one who paid the price to deserve it. Your reign begins now. The book is $28, guys. The book is $28. The book is $28. Let me make sure there's no shipping on this. Let me take the shipping off. I think there's shipping. All right, I fixed it. There should be, the shipping is off, so it's only $28. It's only $28. It's only $28, y'all. It's like 104 pages. It's 104 pages. It's 104 pages. $28. Listen to what you need some, excuse me? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Like I said, the link is in my bio. Can I get it in South Africa? You could get it wherever. It's a digital product. So once you buy the book, it's immediately yours. You could read it tonight, y'all. You could read it tonight. Only $28. Only $28. The link is in the bio. Y'all can ask whatever questions you need. Ask whatever questions you need. Ask whatever questions you need right now. What did y'all think about this live? What did y'all think? Did y'all think that this live was like, did it resonate with y'all? Do y'all feel like, damn, that's exactly what I needed to hear? Let me know what you think. Did this live resonate? Somebody said, baby, you sold that book. Hey, man, I had to give y'all a taste of it. I had to give y'all a taste of it.